Hey y'all, it's Katie and welcome back to From My Vanity, and welcome to a very much so long overdue video from me talking about magnetic lashes. Once again, I shared a video, was it a year ago at this point? A long time ago, sharing my review of the MoxieLash. And it's so funny, I went back and listened to that and I actually said that I didn't really like it. But now that I've tried more, I've tried three other types of magnetic lashes, drugstore and tie-in. And now that I've had more experience trying them, I've fallen in love with MoxieLash. So I think that's funny that in that video, there's a lot of pros and cons, and there still are the same cons that I said in that video with this product, but since I don't wear, false lashes every day, it works for what I want it when I do want to wear false lashes, and therefore I love it and I highly recommend it. And it was a slow falling in love with this product. But anyway, I'm still on the hunt for something that works better than the MoxieLash, something that, doesn't agitate my eyes, and something that's more affordable because MoxieLash is rather expensive. So I've been trying out other products over the past year, and I had hoped to get this video out a whole lot sooner, but shortly after sharing that video and trying out other brands of magnetic liner and lashes, I got pregnant, we moved, I was sick, I wasn't into wearing lashes barely at all. I was just trying to keep my channel afloat, so I kind of let it go, but I am back. And I have 3 reviews to share with you today. 2 of them are drugstore and the other one is more of a high-end price tag. I think it's indie, but it's expensive, like the MoxieLash. But anyway, let's get into sharing my reviews with you on these products and letting you know if the drugstores are good dupes and more affordable alternatives than the more high-end original magnetic liners. Okay, so let's start with the high-end product and then we'll end with giving you the 2 reviews for the drugstore alternatives that I have. Now, the one high-end that I tried is the Lash Liner system. Now, I just want to throw out there, I think Lash Liner system claims to be the OG when it comes to magnetic liner, and then MoxieLash came after it. I have no way to prove that. I guess I could go back and just look who posted first, but I don't know which is first. But I know when I was corresponding with them a little bit, just to ask a couple questions. I forget, this was a long time ago, but I do remember when I was corresponding with them, they made it very clear that they are the OGs, and Moxie kind of came in on the scene after they started. But anyway, so I wanted to try them since they were claiming to be the OG. I wanted to see if they did it first and best. So I got the system. I want to say it was $50 for this little set right here that comes with the magnetic liner and 1 lash set. Yes, that is correct. So for this, which the style I got is Los Angeles, it was $50 flat, and I guess I got free shipping. So I paid $50 for this, which is fairly expensive when you think about false lashes. At least for me personally, I'm someone who spends like $9 on false lashes. But anyway, so it came with the magnetic liner and lashes, and it comes housed in this cute little box, which I really do appreciate that you're able to keep the liner lashes together, especially if you're thinking about wearing them out and about. It's really easy to just throw this in your purse, be able to, if you need to take off your lashes or apply more glue, which we'll get into that reasoning. It's all housed in here, very nice and neat. But anyway, let's talk about the product itself. Oh, and I did want to address, I put a bit of the liner on this little part of the holder right here so that I could just stick the lashes, which I have on right now, hence why they're not in the box. I could just stick them to the magnetic liner instead of trying to stick them to the sticky parts, because I feel like I always just rip out false lash, like the little lashes, when I try to stick them down in there. So I just did a little strip, and that's what I stick my magnetic lashes to. Okay, anyway, let's talk about the quality of this product, because I don't like it, and it most definitely did not reign supreme over the MoxieLash. The MoxieLash I can wear all day, and my lashes don't pop off either. I can wear it the whole day, like 6-8 hours straight. It won't move with the MoxieLash. Now, my lashes or my eyelids are going to be a little tender at the end of the day, but I think that's just something to do with having a magnet on my eyes for my eyes personally. So if you're not someone who has sensitive eyes, it might not be an issue for you. But anyway, let's talk about this. I put this on, and the instructions say to do very thin layers, and if you need to do a couple layers to really get the strong magnetic strength that you need. I don't know. The first time I tried it, I did 1 thin layer and I tried to pop them on and they didn't stick. So that's why I started contacting them, because I was like, hey, it's not working. So I contacted them and they were like, oh, sometimes you need to do a couple layers, like 2, 3 very, very thin layers, and let them dry a long time in between. So I tried that. That worked to stick them on, but within, I want to say 2-3 hours, I feel like I could get an hour, and they were holding up pretty well. But by the 2-hour mark, definitely by the 3-hour mark, my eyes, I don't know if it's just because I have sensitive eyes, because I have watery eyes, or because I have oily eyes, but the inside corner of the magnetic liner that was on my lid would loosen, and you could you could literally peel this magnetic liner once it's dried on your lid. You can peel it off in one string, kind of like the Too Faced, what is it, peel off glitter liners that they had. It was kind of like that. You could just take the whole strip off if you wanted, and it would start at the inside corner. And so because it was loosening and starting to peel up, the lash would pop off. And so I would kind of go to set it and push it back down, and it wouldn't go down because the liner had come off and was just like flapping with the false lash. So that was my biggest issue when it came to this guy here. Now I am wearing these lashes as I told you today, and no joke, this is the first day that they haven't popped off, and I've been wearing them for 3 hours. I am amazed. But with that said, my eyes, one, don't feel agitated by the false lashes, which I feel like my eyes can always feel a little annoyed by any kind of false lashes, magnetic or regular. They're not feeling that today, and we're in the dead of winter, so my eyes are a lot drier than they typically are. And because my eyes aren't agitated really much today, they're not watering either. So I think all of those have combined to make this the most successful wear test for this product. But when I tell you that, please keep in mind that I've worn these, or have tried to wear them, I should say, more than a dozen times before that. And I couldn't wear them. Not only could I not wear them for more than an hour or two, they would ruin my eye look. I could always tell difference if I tried to patch it up after these popped off. So that right there is just a big miss for me, because yes, it's working today, but if I'm going to wear lashes out, it's for a special occasion, and I don't want to put them on and be like, hey, there's like a 90% chance these are going to ruin my eye look, or these are going to pop off and look ridiculous when I'm out in public wearing them. But there's a 10% chance that they could look fabulous and I would have no problems with them the whole day. So yeah, it's for that reason mainly why this product, Lash Liner System, is kind of a dud for me, and it's not one that I would ever recommend anyone try, especially when considering like this is $50, so it's not like you're saving any money over this one. I should have looked how much this one cost, but I think it's like $45 just for the liner. It's rather expensive, but it might be a little bit more for this. Actually, let me look. Okay, so I felt like they used to sell them in bundles, but I'm not seeing them anymore. Anyway, the magnetic lashes, they sell separately for $30, but you can just buy the liquid liner or the magnetic liner for $45, or you can buy a mini, especially if you want to try it out, for $30. And my biggest recommendation would be, if you're wanting to try this liner out, get this and then buy a very cheaper, drugstore equivalent for magnetic lashes, because you don't need to use the MoxieLash lashes with their liner. It works for anything that's magnetic. So that would be my recommendation to save some money there. But anyway, $45, or you can get the mini for $30 versus $50 for this set, which I don't think works. So that's why, when considering that they're not that big of a difference for prices, I would be safer recommending MoxieLash in the hopes that it would work better for you. Because like I said, 9 times out of 10 when I wore this, it would pop up and kind of ruin my look. Oh, and also, something else to keep in mind, I've owned this for about a year, which I guess is, not a year. I think I bought it at the end of March, so we're coming up on a year. But it started doing this within, I know it was before we moved. So if I bought it at the end of March, we moved in May, June. So wasn't that long, but it is so clumpy. I think you can kind of see how clumpy that is. And it's almost like it hardens around the tip and hardens inside. A lot of times when I pull this out, I'll have just a clump of something stuck. Like, look at that. So I just didn't like how clumpy it got and how quickly it got clumpy. In comparison to the MoxieLash, I've owned this before that, so over a year, and I'm still using the same one, don't tell anyone. But anyway, it is still smooth. Just to be fair, I'll show you. It is smooth. And it's still like really nice. Here, let me do a swatch. I guess I didn't think about that. It's just so easy. It's thick, definitely, but it's smooth. And then since we're doing it, let's go ahead and put an eyeliner. I've never actually swatched them, the two of them side by side, but let's go ahead and do that here. Okay, so I don't know if you'll be able to see, but there's just a lot of like clumpiness, and then there's a hard clump within that line that I did, and you can see it. There's just, I don't know if you'll be able to see it in in the little swatch that I did, but there are little bits of hardened clumpiness of this product within the swatch, and then there's just a lot of product at the top where I started. So it's just not as nice as the MoxieLash. So for all those reasons, and for the fact that I had to do at least 2 to 3 layers of this, today I did 2 layers of this. With both of these, whenever I apply them, I wait at least 10 minutes before applying the lashes, but with this one I have to wait 10 minutes and apply the second layer, and then wait another 10 minutes before putting on lashes, so it's like twice the length of this. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point. Suffice to say, Lash Liner system was a huge fail for me, and I can't say that I would recommend it to anyone unless you have very dry eyelids, dry eyes, don't have sensitive eyes, so you don't have to worry about the watering. Then maybe it would work for you, but still, it's very gloopy of a formula, and it gets that way very quickly after you start using it. Okay, now that I've talked 10 years about the Lash Liner system, let's talk about the drugstore dupes, because I have 2 of them that I tried because I really wanted to find a cheaper alternative. And that's the biggest thing I hear when people talk about wanting to try magnetic lashes. They don't want to spend the money, the really high price tag on a product they don't know if it'll work or not. So that's why I also wanted to go and try the products from the drugstore, because the drugstore is starting to catch on to the magnetic liner trend, which is the way to go. When they were coming out with the little magnet sandwiches, that don't work. So I'm glad to see that the drugstore lash brands are, jumping on board with the magnetic liner. So let's talk about the first one that I thought would be a dupe for the lash liner system is this Eylure ProMagnetic eyeliner and eyelash system. It has a little liquid liner just like MoxieLash and Lash Liner system, but on the back of it they have instructions and it says to apply liner and allow to dry, and then on top of that apply 2 more coats, then apply magnetic lash to the liner. So that's what I would do, and that's why I thought it might be a dupe, because that's kind of the exact same instructions I got for the Lash Liner system with this guy, and I could not get these to stick to my lashes or to my magnetic liner to save my life. I have tried this specifically 4 times. I have applied this liner to my lash line, did all the steps just like they said, and then go to stick on the magnetic eyelashes, and it won't stick. No matter how hard I sit there in the mirror trying to stick one end, I would kind of get the outside attached, and then I would go to stick down the inside corner and the outside would pop up, the middle wouldn't want to stick. I don't know what it is, but it just would not stick at all. And like I said, I tried 4 different times, so I have no idea what is in their little ProMagnetic liquid liner or magnetic lash liner, this thing, but it does not stick down. And while these lashes I think are really, really pretty and they look gorgeous, either this is just too weak or these magnets aren't strong enough. I don't know what it is, but like I said, there was not one time in my testing out this Eylure ProMagnetic Lash Liner system that I could get this to go on my eyes for more than a second. So I couldn't even tell you the wear time of them and how long I could get them to wear before popping up, because I couldn't even get them to stick on my lashes. So yeah, the review for this Eylure ProMagnetic Lash system is pretty short and sweet because they're a huge dud and I wouldn't recommend them. Moving on to Ardell. As you can see, I have this little guy. My son tore up the outer packaging, and then there was one day, like a couple months ago, that I was going to grab it off of the shelf behind me and it fell out of here, rolled off my desk, and I haven't seen it since. And if you guys have seen my Shop My Stash, it's not a big room. So it could not have gone far. I don't have a whole lot on my floor, but I cannot find it anywhere. The weirdest thing. I have no idea where it is. So I'm sorry, I can't show you, but it's basically like a gel pot. Okay, so it's literally the next day after I filmed that video and I just found it. Guess where it was? In here, down here at the bottom. But the reason I never found it or saw it before is because I have this container. It sits back here, and this section is always kind of turned into this like corner here, kind of like so, because I reach for these for. So it was back there all the way at the bottom in the corner, but yay, now I know where it is. That really was bugging me. It has this little brush here, and you just open it up just like a gel liner you would use, and you apply to your lashes that way. I really wish I could show you. I didn't get to try this for too long before I lost it, but I had been testing. I want to say I wore this maybe 3 times with this one, and I had set it on my shelf because I was kind of like, okay, I figured out my review. So I haven't been able to test it in recent months because I kind of wanted to refresh my memory on it. So keep in mind, this is going from, I want to say, the beginning of summer, right shortly after we moved here. I started playing around with it. Anyway, it works okay, but once again, the magnetic gel, whatever that you would use to apply it, is very, very weak. Like, I would put it on and it would stick down, look okay, but by the time I kind of finished with my makeup table and I would get up and go do something, within an hour it was popping up at the inner corner. And this time it wasn't so much that it was taking off the gel liner or the magnetic liner that was holding it down. It was almost just like the magnetic liner was getting weaker with time. I don't know, it was really weird because I could still see that I had magnetic liner on my lashes, but it would just pop off. And I almost think, I remember doing a couple tests of just blinking hard. And when you blink really hard and like scrunch your eyes, the magnets were just so weak that as soon as it had any kind of movement, it just flop, popped right up, and it was off. And for me personally, that's just not cool. That's something MoxieLash, like I said, I have watery eyes, I have oily eyes. I've worn this out and about, like magnetic lashes with this, out and about many times, having wind in my face, you name it, blinking hard, tearing up because it's so windy. One time I went out and I was like caught in the rain. Now, it wasn't anything drastic, but there was a light rain. It was a very humid day. I never had any problems with this. This, I wouldn't even trust myself to go outside. Like, I never tested this going out anywhere. So no wind, no humidity, just me in my home, chilling out with my kids, and it still popped up. So yeah, after a couple times of trying it, like I said, I think it was 3 times, maybe 4. But I can't say I recommend it. With that said though, I do like the lashes. So I think that these two, like if you like a natural lash, I don't know if they sell these individually, and you could buy like the MoxieLiner and then just buy these Ardell Wispies magnetic lashes. Like, I like their lashes. I think they're beautiful, gorgeous. They're a very natural type of finish to them. Great for me because I'm not someone who likes huge lashes, but I can't say I recommend their gel liner because it just doesn't have the strength enough to withstand wearing for any length of time, really, for me personally. And keep in mind, again, I feel like I'm going to say this, but it's my little disclaimer. I have oily eyes, I have watery eyes, and I have sensitive eyes. So keep that in mind. If you're a polar opposite, maybe this is all you need. And I want to say this is like 15 bucks, so a lot more affordable than MoxieLash or Lash Liner System. So keep that in mind. But for me personally, this was a huge dud, and I can't say I recommend it. Sorry. All right, so there you have it. Those are my reviews of the drugstore alternatives to the high-end original magnetic liner. I hope you guys found it helpful. I'm sorry to say I still have not found a winner. I am, however, going to be trying one other pair that I found out about. Who was it? Kiss just came out with a magnetic lash and eyelashes. So I grabbed some from Ulta and I'm waiting for them to come in, and then I just had another brand reach out to me and ask if I wanted to try. I do not remember the brand, but I just got it in the mail like yesterday, so I'll be trying that out very soon. But they claim that it's just a magic liner and that there's no magnetic, it's not a magnetic liner is what they say. It's not a magnetic liner, but it will keep your lashes on without glue. So I'm very intrigued. So be on the lookout for that video and those reviews. I will definitely try to make sure I get that review out a whole lot sooner than I got this follow-up to my original magnetic lash review. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. I'm so sorry I was such a Debbie Downer in this video because none of them worked, but I can say that I recommend the MoxieLash liner still. Even a year later after doing that video, I still really like this. Like I said, just can't use it every day because it will agitate my eyes. Oh, and I forgot to put this disclaimer in the beginning. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad at remembering this, but I am an affiliate with MoxieLash. So my links down there are affiliate links, and I do have a code. I want to say it's Katie. I'll put it on the screen here. That gets you like maybe 10% off. But so I am affiliated with them, but it was after getting these and trying them out. Like, I had no affiliation with them besides them sending it to me in PR and saying, hey, you want to try this? I didn't sign up to be an affiliate with them and get any kind of commission from them until a couple months ago. I want to say maybe 3-4 months ago. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so very much for watching. If there are any other magnetic liner lash systems that you would like me to try out and review here on the channel, definitely leave them down below. These are the only 4 that I have tried at this point. I love this magnetic lash trend because it actually makes lashes a lot more comfortable for me to wear and a lot more possible for me to wear, because while I love the original lash glue, it doesn't last that long on me, and it's definitely a 50-50 chance. Like, sometimes I can put my lashes on with lash glue and it stays for like 4 hours beautifully. Other times I can try to put on lashes and it'll pop up within 15 minutes. And for me personally, if I'm going to go and wear it for a special occasion, wear lashes for a special occasion, I want to put something on that I know it's going to hold until I want to take them off. And so far, MoxieLash is the only product that I've been able to find that I can depend on when I want to wear false lashes for a special occasion. So anyway, yeah, with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye, guys.